it mean to be young in India today? We're at the iconic St. Stephen's College trying to speak to a group of students to try and find out the answer to just this question. Let me start by asking you. Your college has a Vision 2050 on, focusing on things like excellence, nation building, and all of that, on all that it believes it should contribute, targeting 2050. If I could just ask you, as a youngster, what do you believe should be not just the colleges, but the nation's target for 2050? And how do you believe people like you can contribute?
I think that one prime objective for anybody in this country is to improve not just the quality of education but the access to education. So it's not just about a bunch of colleges going out and imparting quality education to a bunch of students, but moreover, across class, across caste boundaries, across regions, allowing children to come up, because I think that's the panacea for all ills in society. So I think education is something I would look at as one of the most imperative visions.
Right. And they do say that education is going to be sort of the game changer in the years and decades ahead. But I'm sure you realize that you're among the more privileged few. Not only do you have access to the best education that perhaps India can now give to its young, but you're also at an institution that is, has got a tremendous history behind it. Do you believe that the youth of India, the youngsters in India, are aware of their responsibility and maybe even a burden in a sense?
I think not everybody is, because not everybody is that well aware in general. Like it's like mainly the privileged lot who in general like talk about issues like social issues and all. And I think what we do, even though we're in a privileged institution, what we do is we talk about more like theoretical stuff. Practically we are doing very little, like groundwork, field work, that's very little here in India.
But do you see that happening around you? Sort of, do you see the cynics would perhaps say that, what are the youngsters really giving back? How many are focusing on giving back? Do you think that that's sort of a fair way to look at this generation, or do you believe we need to do more, doing enough?
I mean, yeah, I think our generation can do more. I mean, with regard to how we contribute to society, I think a lot of people. I mean, I was just reading an article recently on how India is a target of brain drain. Brain drain is basically the flight of skilled minds leaving the country, and I think that's because of bad opportunities we have. And I think the number one way we can give back, I mean, as far as development of the country is concerned, is through the UPSC, and I think that is impossible until the segregation is removed, because we've got all these different quotas and all that. And I understand the theory behind it, except the theory is something and the application of the thing is something else. So I think it's not fair to tell us that we aren't giving back. We're giving back to, I mean, as much as we can, but we have very limited opportunities in India.
Right, and you're saying make it easier, make it a level playing field, if you really want people to give back in that sense. But how much time do you see, being devoted to issues like this among your peers? I mean, how much talk goes in figuring out, what we're going to do with society around
being
you?
in third year, it's like a lot of problem and a lot of pressure that okay, what are you gonna do, and okay, like there's placements and everything, there's a lot of problems, and you kind of get like mind boggle. Okay, where am I right now? Am I doing the right cause? Am I doing it right way? So you have a lot of competition, and yes, there are people who say that what are we giving back, but it's not our fault also, because there's so much population that everyone is at the same par and everyone is like the same company. Kind of gets really tough for all of us. That's it.
I have to ask you, when we talk about giving back, do you believe that as a Stephanian, there's sort of more pressure or on you, or the eyes are more on you, or is that just the perception of the world outside over there that, we expect greater things from Stephanians, from institutions like St. Stephen's?
Yeah, I
not
think it's
just
quite
in-
natural considering the kind of history and the lineage that we do have. I think it's not wrong if there are certain expectations of us. But I just feel like, when it comes to expectations as youngsters, there are striking examples in our society. Like just yesterday, I was reading about this girl called Ishita Chaudhary. Back in 2002, when the Godhra riots took place, she was a 17-year-old studying at Sri Ram College. As of today, she's a 29-year-old who's the managing director of this organization called as the YP Foundation. I think it's just, it's all about, like Himaki said right now, we have placements, we have opportunities. It's just that single-minded determination that we require.
Do you believe that we've as a society become one that sort of likes to go after the straight and narrow, the tried and tested? It's often said that India is not a nation of people who are risk takers. Do you believe your generation is the one that's looking to change that, taking more risks, going out there, putting yourselves out there?
Yeah, there are certain paths, chosen paths, which people like it's a kind of established thing. Like if you follow this path, you have these things sort of ready, and it's kind of you can take
It's
for
sorted
guarantee.
for you, it's set
yeah,
for
it's
you,
sorted
yeah.
for you, and the fields are basically the science-based fields. But now people are moving out of the stereotypical ways, and they are taking different streams altogether, and they're making a mark for themselves. So I believe that the trend is changing, though slowly, but then it's changing. So that's
And is there a lot of sort of conscious talk on campus? Is there, or is it just like the mundane? What goes on, when you talk about these big things? I noticed inside there was a lot of focus on Palestine, for instance, at the moment. There was a lot of conversation going on about that. At the same time, there are all those who say that today's youngsters, tend to be insular. You think that that's fair?
I would say that people devote a lot of time to discussions. As you can say, they are endless, like 4 hours, 5 hours. But the end result is nothing because they don't do practical work, like the field work that my friend said. And that is very important because you can just blabber anything, but you need to do something to see a change.
Right. What about you? You were talking about mindsets, and that's of course going to be the big challenge.
Yeah, it's really like mindset is one thing which needs to be changed, and that's not just for us, but like in India also. There are certain things which are looked at with a certain kind of view, but it doesn't deserve that view. I mean, the logical part should also be seen. So I guess the mindset is something which really needs to be changed about each and everything.
And what about you? What do you believe is the one thing that you would like to see changing around you, changing around in society around you for people of your generation especially?
I would like to see more people out there doing field work as much as they can, because what we do here is basically theoretical work. We study, and then if where placements are concerned, we go work in a multinational firm. That is the main thing that we see. But I would like to see more research opportunities being made available so that we are out there in the field doing what we can to make this world a better place.
So you're saying there's of course, like with everything, there's a lot of words and then there's action, and you're saying it's time to sort of convert all that talk into some sort of meaningful action. Many of course would say that is the big challenge. How do you believe people like you can make a real difference here?
Okay, so people like us, everyone, like not just Stephanians, like you said. See, the thing is practical aspects of thing. Also very important, like all my friends said about the practical aspect, but the thing is, you're not aware of these things. When I came here from like my native place, I didn't know about all these discussions. Discussions are actually very important. People don't talk about these things. People don't talk about these issues. We have to bring in these issues. Only when you have certain understanding of thing can you can actually work on it.
I wanted to say that, you were saying that how people, they don't go for field work and everything. I want to say, I feel like my generation, they're very lazy. Like Ishan was saying, like right now, that
See your friend nodding along.
we are very lazy. We see government officers, they work 9 to 5 job and they have nothing. Fine, they get perks. But we don't want that kind of job because most of us must have seen that laid back life of people, maybe old people, they must have achieved a little later. So we all have that mindset, okay, we want to get into MNC, we want to start earning. We say money is something which has driven our generation so much that they don't want to go do social work. There are exceptions like Ishtar Chaudhary, like he was saying, but there are a lot of our generation who just want to like go there and work. Like right now also people are like talking about placements, MNCs, everyone want to go for a multinational company. Nobody wants to do anything else, you know.
And you mentioned UPSC here, and that actually was going to be my next question. That it's all well, but it's fair. It's not just a generation that wants a better life, a much bigger pay packet. It's society, perhaps the kind of turmoil that we need to go through. So now when you're hearing her say this is also, of course, a reality for all those who would perhaps want to look at government service. There are also very large numbers who want a good corporate job.
I mean, it's true. I think in India there are two primary sectors which usually attract all the talent. One is the UPSC and one is the corporate sector. Even doctors and all of that. So I don't know how that sector works, but as far as the UPSC is concerned, St. Stephen's has a great legacy as far as the UPSC is concerned, and a lot of my friends want to join the UPSC. And what I have noticed, and what I've noticed as a trend is that most people who come from families who have someone in the services would prefer to go back to the services. So I think that, in my opinion, is being a little myopic. I think they should explore other opportunities there are
yet-
other things which are similar to the UPSC, yet contribute more to society.
Sort of like
And
box yourself into just
Exactly.
these.
Yeah. I think we need
these
to
options
expand
really.
our
There are other
horizons.
ways to help the government. Like, you know, people think UPSC is the only way you can work for the government, but you can join the planning commission. You can join as a, you know, as an intern in like so many other research institutes which the government of India has. You can do like work for projects. You can be part of activist groups. All these are ways you're helping the government and the nation, and you're helping yourself.